Hey man, our upload streak finally came to an end, y'all. Unfortunately, I didn't post yesterday. Um, but wait, we back now. I hope y'all had a good Easter. I know I did. Um, y'all went egg hunting, threw some eggs at a couple family members. I didn't do all that, but if y'all did that, that sound live. Let me check this audio cool though, man. Oh man. I think it sounds like it's good. It sounds like it's good. It's not lagging or nothing of that nature. So we gonna start with the Steph PG3 here, and I've arrived back in the Attorney Trilogy, man. Last time he was on here, they're just crazy. Also if y'all new, hello. Y'all kinda late to the party because we on episode 5. I wouldn't watch this if I were y'all. I'd start from part 1, episode 5. I wouldn't say like just episode 1 in general. I mean, it would be better if y'all start. I'm chatting, y'all. My fault. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and co-law offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. That was crazy, Lana. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark, the last victim was Prosecutor Nell Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Nell Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Nell, was only trying to save me. Wow. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Hey. You already know, bro. Even though nothing changed, you gotta look around. Well, someone said that about... Was that new? I doubt it. Oh, man. I wonder how Maya's doing. I really do wonder, man. I hope she's... I don't even know. Going good with her medium training, man. Like... Alright. That's it, right? That's it. Alright. Now we about to talk to Emma. Now, I ain't gonna lie, talking about y'all, before I talk to Emma, I just gotta say something. I want, like, so, is Emma gonna come back? Like, is Emma and, like, Lana gonna be, like, a recurring characters at this point? I mean, normally once somebody stay in one episode, it's just how it is. But it's like, Emma is, like, our sidekick this time. Like, I feel like she would come back, right? It'd be her and Maya. It'd be a trio. Crazy, right? You think her and Maya would get along? I think they would. They got the same hairstyle, you know. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. It was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished our work. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. And
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside a window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture?
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, it's all my fault. If I could have testified properly, none of this would have happened.
Well, it's true, even though he may have not known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Now Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma, you've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come run in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor.
Well, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken for questioning that day.
Taken in? For questioning, you mean by the police?
Of course.
You already know, y'all. Y'all should just expect it at this point if y'all been watching these videos. My new viewers, for some reason, every time I play this game, I don't know, this started happening recently. I just be yawning, bro. I don't know why. I don't know if I be like, am I tired? Like, I'm not tired, but like, I don't know, bro. I just don't know.
Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective office and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Bro, Joe Dark deceased. They don't tell you how old he was? Unfortunately. Alright, bro. How? Judging from how he looked, bro, I mean, you don't got a picture, right? You don't got no picture of him in here, right? Bro, how you let that old man get on top? Nah, that's crazy. That was a crazy statement. How you let that old man beat you? Like, bro, Jake Marshall looked young, bro. There's no way he let an old man beat him, bro. I don't care if it's dark. Bro. February 24th, detention center visitors room. Look,
Lana!
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risk. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Here go this sad music. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it?
I should try to give Lana a voice, right? I don't know what voice to give her though, like I don't know. Like, bro, I told y'all, bro, all over you, is that like my girl voices are limited, bro. I only got one in me, and that's strictly from Emma and Maya, because even though I feel like that's kind of the day I just gave them the same voice, I don't know what I like how, like I don't know. I feel like Lana kind of talks like Vasquez from episode, was that episode 4? Wait, no, episode 3. That was episode 3. I feel like she talks like her, like kind of emotionless and cold. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like that's how she talks.
I believe in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. Her side profile, though, it's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing.
Look at Gant. That's a W pick.
They still talk about the case she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
He was the deputy chief of the police back then, but he still worked the crime scene.
Oh. I mean, it is what it is. I'm about to reread that at that point. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed.
Emma really idolized her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was
to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you can use that experience in court, right?
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police, arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command at the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command. That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant, and I shared the same office in the same investigations. They even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Bro, I can't believe I've never noticed Buddy at the bottom of the pick. I've never looked down there. Like, Like, were they really showing him that whole time and I just didn't see it? Like, I don't remember. Like, I don't remember seeing him until he was brought up in that pic right there. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. But yeah, that's definitely an old man. Look at him. We asked to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us? Damon Gant and now Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was following some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seemed Mr. Marshall struck the final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. I can't blame her after all. Her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall, yes, his action came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The offices that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have looked at the chief's office, decided a final SL9 murder. Okay. Bye, Lana. I rock with you. Let's go here, before we, February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. I feel like Angel Star's here. No one's here today. Not even Miss Star.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court that they down the day of the crime. No one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. I'm gonna think. Yeah, already, this isn't anything new. But y'all already know, man. Y'all know how I be, bro. Don't have to always look every time you come in here, man. Something new might happen. I was about to say, what? Okay. I think now we got the phone right here. Yeah, that joint don't work. Why is it so quiet down here? Bro, I don't like when it get this quiet, bro. Cause it's like, I feel like something crazy about to happen. Even though this game is Bro, I was about to say what? I think it's just the car, and then it's the wiring. I said the wiring, the tape right here. Okay, I believe that is it. Oh, we got the A sign right here. That's it. Okay. Oh yeah. Hold on. Forgot about the back. Okay, that was actually new. Okay, let's actually read that. That's where we found that note to the SL9, the 224, 21, SL9, the SL9 incident, a case that was due for transfer the day of the murder. I never knew the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings. Everyone in this case played some part in that incident. This has to be more than just a sheer coincidence. I believe that's it, y'all. I think that is it. With looking around here. Okay. Then we gonna go to here. See, is Edgeworth in here? February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's been questioned by inquiry or being in court today. Yeah, with Lana finally. Oh, she didn't even say. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. I mean, Edgeworth really, like, he never really has anything new here, but y'all already know. Gotta look around regardless. Because you never really know, y'all. You might find a clue. I can't believe Old Bag really sent this to this man. Imagine if we seen Old Bag again. She probably would not know who we are, bro. See, that's like a common occurrence with everybody, you know. It's people. No, not this episode. Actually, people seem to know Phoenix Wright's name, but I think that's just because he finally beat Von Karma, man. He finally got that type of pull in attorney business. You know what I mean? I think we just looked at everything. Why is everything so quiet, bro? Now that I peep, like, this joint also don't have no music. Like, what is... It's crazy. February 24th, Police Department entrance. So, here we go, man. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out the way when I woke up this morning. Whoa, Sarah, you never know where life leads you, eh, Bambina? I ain't gonna lie. I know I didn't say that right. I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do you prosecutors head west? Why do prospectors head west? I don't know why I said prosecutors. I don't know why I said that. If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall. Would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about the trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. But the facts had been concealed with forged evidence. That case was left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the... Wait, how old is Mark? He 33? So, when did that take place? 2 years ago, because Emma was 14. So, since he's 33, I mean, he'd be 31. Wait, what? Nah, that can't be, bro. If it was 2 years ago... He said he was 27 when he died just now, though. So, Jake Marshall was the... Was he the older brother? Like what? The highest honor? You mean the king of prosecutors? I knew it! What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have been really close with his brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years has gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation save one was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she's left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that you mentioned it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after the day. Oh, yo. Oh, yeah, you really drunk. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Damn, Marshall. That's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, bro. He said it's Gant's fault. But honestly, I just don't understand. I don't understand how Lana would not be found guilty at this point. Like, part of me still believes that obviously she didn't do it, but it's like at the same time it must. I don't know. I just don't know. We about to hear this. We about to hear this weird song play. Get ready to see this creepy thing dance for us? The blue badger still. Oh. Ew. That is really disturbing. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new here. We're probably gonna go inside. Maybe Gant is gonna be inside, maybe. We definitely gonna have to talk to him because we gotta get in his office. Believe that is everything. Now this one over here. Okay, now that is everything. To the inside we go. February 24th, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. This place is empty. I said empty. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in that conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did, and the decision about what to do, about Mr. Edgeworth not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festival is the word. Festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets its unique charm. Well,
what are you waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Hey. The fact that the actual mascot they made, like the actual one that danced, looks nothing like that. It doesn't. I think that was new. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. You know, it's not much to look at in here, but very clear indeed. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this man never switches up what he says, bro. He's always saying something new. Okay. It's time we move to the chief's office. Ooh, it look nice in here. Hey, yo, look at that pic in the background. Got Gant, you got Nell, you got Sky. Is somebody behind them? No, it's just them three. February 24th, Police Department Chief's Office. I just knew I was gonna hear this song in here. Whoa, where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out the pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Batch.
Little Miss Batch?
I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes.
There you go.
I never could remember where C was.
Oh, with you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Wright, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I had my hands full, too, with the Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. So the big picture on the wall over there, that's a picture of Lana, Nell, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Nell Marshall. Alright, you say he was 27. So, alright, maybe Marshall is the older brother. But like, I would assume that Nell was the older brother, the way he was like, the way they was talking about him. So, he died at 27. So that means he'd be 29. And Marshall was 31. It's crazy. And Lana was 27. Edgeworth was 22. Star was 28. I said 28. 29. It's kind of crazy. Bro, this man was 63. He was 34. Minkins was 20. Gum Show was 28? Like, bro. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Yeah, it's something weird about it. Why do you always just be standing there, bro? Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Oh yeah, nah, he hiding something.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems that case isn't over with yet. After all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be reason he doesn't want us to look around in there. You mean like a
clue?
There's got to be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Yeah, bro, he's just definitely hiding something. That's weird. How do we get inside, though? February 24th, police station, criminal affairs day. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle's between two in court. That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That's falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible. My fault. Responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with all this, with this.
Are there really so many people who hate him?
In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work! Yes, sir! Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir! You gotta take me back to that joint sometime. Okay, Dick? Yes, sir! It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seemed genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his attack. His final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl?
Me?
It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was a girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, let's see. Think it had something to do with the murder weapon? Oh, I forget. Look, it's written somewhere in here. His powers of recollection never fail to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time. Oh, that's how old he was. 42. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take the serial killing? One day on his way from work, he hit someone with his car.
With his car? So, it was an accident?
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady. I can't walk by this, so he killed them. Then when he was burying the body, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Bro, this man went on a whole kill streak, bro. He out of pocket. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in? Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma, got present with this knife. About this. Hey, is that? It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, and suddenly it disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget it again.
This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he brought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using
it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Nell Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Then it matched Dark's knife. You bet, down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Okay, got an autopsy. We got an updated switchblade too. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Nell Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now, his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What, really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh, sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. That was at least the day he died.
Oh.
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if there's something we can show him that would make him change his mind.
Maybe this picture? Let me share a little advice with you. Okay. I did not mean to do that. We might just have to leave, bro. I don't know. Ain't really nothing to talk about with Sky. See if Edgeworth's in here. Oh, alright, he is back. February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is! He looked like he's writing something.
What? What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his true feeling. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do to erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified? The police department and the prosecutor office shared a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuse I might have.
Mr. Edgeworth!
I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one? It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists. That is odd. After Nell Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Say we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture, something seemed strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this?
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes. It was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Nell Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King Prosecutor's Trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes?
This trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the office prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. And there's a story behind its design.
A story?
Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award based on. This award originates from the ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. For Emma's sake. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an armed merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
Oh, I see. So the shield and the broken knife symbolize.
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's item. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at the loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the Hellbird part of that war abolished. Chief Gant. Okay. Now we gotta examine this paper he threw on the floor. I wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey, Edgeworth. Did that Detective Gum shot out the window there? Oh, no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look.
What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to say something.
This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Okay, alright, now we out of here. February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Excuse me? Look at her. I knew she'd show up eventually. Will either of you care for a quarter-pound roast beef? Miss Starr, I guess she's out on lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kinda like the first person who sucked the cow's nipple to conserve milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. Excuse me. Weren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to savor when eaten. Meant to be savored when eating. It's Starr hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Okay, alright, we actually gonna end the video here, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I did want to get through like everything before the trial, because y'all know the trials be super long, but it don't seem like that's gonna be the case. So like, share, subscribe if you're new, turn post notifications on, and I'm out. Honestly though, I might record some more of this at the end of this video. I'm not sure, but we'll see, y'all. But I'm out for real this time.